All right. Welcome to Ask a Black Guy. It's your host, Slim.
And this is Smooth.
Man, Smooth.
Smooth.
Jumping in on the mic.
Good job. He said my name right this time.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Yeah. We, after the first episode, which was very raw.
Oh, very raw.
We clearly are new at this, and this is going to be a learning curve. But
2 blockheads trying to make it happen.
A lot of our quality issues should be noticeable in this episode. So episode 1, like I said, there was a lot of background noise. We were using.
Yeah, I mean, listen. We told people also, like, we just did it to get content out there, just so we could have. It was a test run, and like I said before, we weren't professionals. We're 2 guys trying to put it together. We're going to be professional eventually, but I mean, you'll get what we got and you'll like it, and that's it.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, that's an aggressive stance.
I mean, I'm an aggressive individual. So,
but we did get some feedback, and it was interesting.
We got a lot of feedback.
Yeah, so we sent it out to a couple of our friends,
people we knew.
Yeah, just to try to get a feel for it. Maybe for some suggestions.
We told them to be as blunt as possible.
Yeah, we opened it up for critique, and I wanted an honest opinion from people. So
we got good feedback.
Believe me, we got some honest feedback.
We got really good feedback. Oh, we got honest feedback. All right,
but the overruling majority was that people really liked it, and it was a you're fucking spilling shit everywhere. Again, we're drinking. We're drinking some delicious bourbon right now, but
we're not gonna say the name unless we get sponsored.
Half of it just went all.
It wasn't even half; it was a little bit, and it spilled on my wrist, and I saved it, and I sopped it up.
Anyhow, it is good.
Sopped it.
This is good bourbon.
It was good.
But the feedback we got was interesting, and it differed a lot. So, as Smooth will tell you, how many black friends do I have?
No, just me.
It's just apparently it's just
me.
It's just Smooth.
And so it's quite disturbing.
But actually, how many white people did you send it to? To be fair,
1
for 2, feedback,
like 3. I sent it to like 3 white people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I sent it.
Okay.
I see. Unlike you,
but hold on.
I have multiple friends who are black and white and all.
It's broads are banging. Let's be honest.
No, that is terrible. No.
Yeah, it is.
No,
it's fine.
No, there are people who listen to it, and I sent it to them. Black, white. Some Spanish. I even had one of my Asian friends check it out.
All right.
I got really good feedback.
Well, there was differentiating opinions when it came to race. Am I right or am I wrong about this?
Yeah.
Everybody liked it. Let's be clear. Everyone did. It was all positive.
Some people thought it was more hilarious.
Yes. This is what I found very interesting. So when I gave it to my white friends who, mid-30s, our target audience, generally mid-30s, 20s. I didn't give it to older folks. Just, this is we got an idea who we're trying to reach, right?
Right.
So a couple of my friends, everything was great except for they weren't as enthusiastic about the show as your black friends were.
Yeah,
right?
my black friends loved it. Even my white friends loved it. They loved it.
Like you said that they would stop in the middle of the show, call you, and say this shit is hilarious,
fucking hilarious. My father is a 63-year-old black man,
and I would never in a million years.
Listen, my mother and my father both called me, and you know how many times I cursed? I said fuck probably 60 times.
This came up with my white friends because the man curses too much.
I mean, I got a little liberal with curse words.
We're gonna back off that.
I'll dial it back.
But
it's natural. Yeah, if I say fuck, I say fuck.
Yeah,
fuck is fuck.
Yeah, but we're not gonna.
You get mad at that. I mean, I respect it, but
if it's distracting, then we got.
I'll tone it down. I did want to start a fuck counter, but I guess I was told we should start a fuck counter. But I'll dial it down. It won't be cursing as much.
Yeah. No fuck counter, nothing like that. We're just.
I think we still should have a fuck counter.
But the reaction that our black audience had was again, it was much more enthusiastic. People seemed to really enjoy it, whereas my white friends loved it. They enjoyed it. They liked what they learned from it, which is actually why
we started
this because I think that there is going to be a big learning curve.
But then also you got to look at the demographics. Like who are your friends? Like who are they? Because you're not a real like out the door party go hardy kind of individual. You're a very conservative kind of gentlemen. So I'm assuming that a lot of your quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes, white friends are pretty conservative also.
You're safe in that assumption.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. That's what I'm saying. But you're right. I mean, I'm not hanging out with loud, boisterous white people. It's just not who I am.
Like Italians.
Like my friends are, well, I have Italian friends, but they're not like over the top.
Because I'm saying like Italians, the last time I said Italians and black people were the same. And everybody always said black people were allowed.
You said there's similar characters.
They're very similar.
A lot of hand movements, all that nonsense. Mm-hmm. No, my friends, similar personalities to me, if you take it for what that's worth.
Right.
But they just didn't have that just like, I gotta call.
Oh, I got
Slam
that.
right now.
I got that.
Yeah. And
I got that. Like, I got it.
And not only that, but you, just a couple minutes ago, before we started recording today, you were getting requests and emails from people.
Oh, so just so you guys know.
I haven't gotten any of that.
Yeah, we got an email. So if you guys have topics that you want to talk about or want us to talk about, email us. We have our email set up. It's podcast@askablackguy.com. So that's podcast at askablackguy.com. That is podcast@askablackguy.com.
Common spelling.
Yeah, common spelling. It goes right to our emails. Slim and myself, we check the emails all the time. It might take us a little bit to get back to you and let you know if we're going to air it or not. Or if we do, we'll try to give you a heads up, let you know what podcast number it'll be on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do.
Right. But and we're also going to have a website up probably in a couple weeks here.
Yep. We're working on our website. We're working on our social media.
Askablackguy.com, and you can put suggestions through there too.
Yep. You'll find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. So
anyhow, a couple things points that I got back. One was the excessive cursing. They said that Smooth just cursed too much. It was a little bit distracting. But it didn't take away from the humor, so not a big deal. But again,
and I feel like too much is subjective too.
So we're gonna back off that a little bit,
just a little bit, not too much though.
And the first episode was a bit too long. Right?
Yeah, it was long. It was like 45 minutes, 50 minutes
is what it ended up.
But it was an intro though too.
It was. I think in hindsight maybe we should have broken it up. Maybe,
well, moving forward, we'll break it up in about half-hour segments.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to cover 1, 2, maybe 3 topics depending on how long each topic goes, and 30 minutes.
Yeah, about 30 minutes, 35 maybe.
30 minutes.
If it gets hot and steamy, 35 maybe.
Yeah. If we're really in the midst of a debate, we're in a hot discussion.
We got to pause it a couple of times, curse each other out behind the scenes, and get back to it.
We'll do that. But,
I don't have a problem with that.
But now, but we covered a lot of topics too.
We did cover a lot,
I think, and
it's because we got excited.
We did.
We're like kids who wake up in the morning during Christmas and rip through all their goddamn presents without even looking at anything. Yeah, we just ran too fast.
I mean, at some point, I would even like to revisit some of the ones we talked. Like CP time is still a fascinating thing.
I don't understand. So my parents and my friends heard that and they was like, "No, Gary, that wasn't CP time. You just late as shit." See? And I'll take it. I was just, apparently CP time is only 15 to 20 minutes, give or take, maybe an hour.
Which then again jives with fashionably late, which is the argument you were making.
Yeah.
We call it fashionably late.
Mm-hmm.
You call it CP time.
Agreed.
But the reality is,
you
were just using that as an excuse to be a fucking hour late.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yes and no. Yeah. But also, to harp on episode 1, a listener reached out to us and said that people from Idaho are called Idahoans. So Slim is actually an Idahoan. That is true. I didn't know that. I mean, I was trying to figure out who you were, but you're an Idahoan.
Again, I only lived 18 months in Idaho.
Idahoan, ladies and gentlemen.
In my adult life.
The Idahoan. There you go. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So.
That's absurd.
I mean, listen. Don't be proud of who you are, man.
All right.
Own it.
Anything else for episode 1 that you wanted to readdress?
No, I think that was it, right?
I think that was it. We apologize for the poor quality. Hopefully this is better.
We got new mics. We bought new mics.
Yep,
so
new mics, new hardware.
Yep. It took us an hour, 2 hours to try to set this up?
Dude, it is not. For those of you who think that podcasting is a plug and go easy
it's
prospect.
Not. I mean, if you want to sound like shit, yeah.
But to make it sound high quality, there's a lot of work that goes into it. This was just to get the recording up and going with our new equipment.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the back end and post production editing that we're going to have to do.
Terrible.
To get it out the door and to you guys for consumption. So
and we're not saying we're high quality. We're just better quality than episode 1.
And I don't want it to sound like shit.
Yeah. So if you pull up to the gas station, you know how you can pick 87, 89, what is it, 91 and 93?
Oh, Brockton?
Yeah, we're like 89.91 right now. 89.91. But we just don't cost that much. Well, gas don't cost that much either. Oil just tanked.
Not right now.
Oil dropped to like what, $1 barrel?
So,
wow.
We're in the midst of the coronavirus right now, which is just
true.
miserable, and I don't know when this is actually going to air or when we're going to release it. But if it's post-corona, know that we are in the middle of it.
Post-corona, what you gonna, post-corona.
See, what you got to know about, another thing you got to know about Smooth is all day long. All day long.
Does nobody else get there? That's hilarious.
This guy will sing random songs.
Post-corona.
To the point where working with him.
Listen, I'm telling you.
We just have outbursts at work.
Hey.
Shut the fuck up, Gary. Shut the fuck up.
Smooth. God damn it. This is Smooth. We're in episode 2. You should know this by now.
Do you understand?
Damn
That's
it.
because I said it so much that it just rolls off the tongue now. Shut the fuck up, Smooth. That's what.
These are the working conditions that I'm forced to deal with. God, it's so hard.
Obnoxious.
I can't be myself.
But anyhow, we are.
I don't want your life.
We are in the midst of coronavirus.
Yes, we are.
And it's constant chaos. People are still locked down.
Mm-hmm.
Face masks have become a big issue.
Oh yeah.
And right now in Pennsylvania, you can't even walk into a store without a face mask.
Or Jersey, they mandated it.
Yeah, Delaware's still good, but you can go shopping in Delaware just fine. But you need a face mask. They will not let you into the Acme, into Superfresh, into a Wegmans without a face mask. Now, I read an article, and Smooth, I need to know what your stance is on this,
right?
Because it from my perspective, it seems excessive.
Face mask?
Now, there was an article that came out that black guys, especially young black guys, were scared to wear face masks outside, walking around, and in stores because they thought that the cops would harass or assault them.
Oh, hell yeah, that's true. That's true.
Is this a concern of yours? Is this something you thought about? And what's your take on it in general?
So,
I mean, to me, it's so foreign to me.
So let me preface this by saying, number one, myself and Slim, we are not anti-cop. We're not anti-cop. If anything, we were probably two of the most pro-cop people you're ever going to meet in your life. But, real is real and reality is reality. And from a black person point of view, yeah, that's real rap. Like, you walk around with that mask on and you bring extra attention to yourself. There was an actual, do you see the video?
Well, the article said that particularly they thought that cops would think that these young black guys would have just robbed a store because they got a face mask. It's Red Dead Redemption.
Well, yeah.
If you put on the face mask before you shoot somebody in Red Dead and rob the shit out of them and shoot their fucking horse and then you ride away.
Do you shoot horses in Red Dead? Are you a horse shooter?
I'm a bad cowboy, dude.
Oh man, you that's terrible. You don't shoot a man's horse.
The first one was hard.
Wow.
I felt bad for it.
Okay.
I got over that.
I think I shot one horse in Red Dead Redemption.
I got over it, and I'm a bad cowboy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You like that?
My honor is way down.
Okay.
But it's a very similar thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going on here?
Yeah. Well,
is this Red Dead now? Is that what you think's going on?
No. Well, if you YouTube, there's a video of this black guy walking around the store, and there's a cop following him because he told him to remove his mask, his surgical mask, because of corona. And the guy's like, no, it's a safety thing. And the cop literally followed him into the store, around the aisles, like he's recording him as he's following him all the way through the store. Like, that's unnecessary.
This was pre-mandated masks?
This was
post-mandated masks?
You know what? I don't want to say because I can't tell you 100% if it was pre or post, but this one people were wearing masks. So he wasn't the first one to throw a surgical mask on. Like, the idea came from somewhere, before they came like, oh, well, you got to wear a mask when you go into the store. People were wearing masks and people were wearing gloves. So it's a real thing. But I think it also goes to this bad policing. I don't think the average police officer who has life experience and on-the-job experience is going to give that a hard time. I think that was just a...
Yeah, I think it's a bit like maybe the media's obviously got a hold of something.
It pushed it.
They ran with it.
I think that was well, I'm going to say he was a bad police officer. I don't know that guy. It was an officer that made a bad decision and decided instead of taking a step back and say, hey, maybe I shouldn't, poke the fire on this. He just kept it going. He probably should just left it alone. So I wouldn't say it was a bad officer because, like I said before, I don't know that guy, but it definitely was a bad decision, and it looks bad on himself, and it looks bad on his department, and it looks bad on police in general. And that's one of the problems, that you have some officers who are good officers that make a bad decision and they get crucified. But then you also have some officers who are just terrible officers and they shouldn't be police officers at all. So, and because the bad officers constantly make bad and terrible decisions, when a good officer makes a bad decision, because we're human, they get crucified as if they were the bad people making bad decisions from the beginning.
It's just like stereotypes, right?
Just like stereotypes.
It's the same thing, right? You get fixated on the one bad cop that you saw in the news recently.
I agree.
All cops are bad, or you're looking for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the truth of the matter is, the majority of cops are honest,
decent,
and
mm-hmm.
decent human beings who are just trying to do a living, and they're doing it the right way,
right?
But
you got one bad apple.
That's all it takes. Unfortunately, it's just the way the human mind works.
Well, of course, so go.
So, but did you ever fear that, or are you scared to go out in public with a mask on? Or you're gonna get fucked with?
So yes,
really,
yes. I am. I've had several experiences with very, very negative experiences. I've never been arrested before. I've never been a street guy. I've never been in trouble, like never. But I've had several bad experiences to the point where police officers actually pointed guns at me, like 4 or 5 police officers pointed guns at me, like, yo, what the hell? Like, this has happened to me before. So I have had some negative experiences with police officers, but I also had some good experiences with police officers. But yes, that runs through my mind. But between me and you, I feel like I got an ace in the back pocket that kind of gets me out of a little bit of trouble. But everybody doesn't have that luxury. So yes, it is a real thought. Like, there's some neighborhoods that I drive through and I'm like, I probably shouldn't drive through here because there's some nice ass houses. And I'm probably going to get like singled out. Like, oh, I'm nervous as shit. Like, I am nervous, And I mean, that's reality. That is what it is. It's based on where I come from, the shit that I dealt with, the shit that I saw, my experiences. But, it is what it is. It's life, right? We got to live with it. Got to deal with it. So
I guess. But to be honest, from my point of view, when I was reading that, I said, this can't, I mean, I can understand where people might have that thought,
mm-hmm.
but are you really paralyzed by the fear that much where you would not go outside in a face mask? And that's where I thought maybe it was a bit extreme. Maybe it was overdrawn. Maybe it was overdrawn a bit. A reporter got a hold of this, interviewed some guy on the street, and then ran with a story.
No, I wouldn't say paralyzed, but it is definitely a concern because this is the shit we got to deal with. Like, how many people walked in that store with masks on that day that their cop probably stopped or said anything to?
True.
Did he?
I don't know.
How many? But nobody else probably recorded it.
I will tell you this. People with masks on just in general freak me out.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that I can only see eyes.
Well, that's that's because you pay attention to the street.
I just don't like that.
It's funny.
It makes me think that something's up. Even though I know that coronavirus is going on, it's still weird when I'm walking around the store and I see people wearing face masks and gloves.
Yeah.
My immediate thought is, are you trying to rob this fucking place? What are you doing here? This isn't right. No, I went to Walgreens and I'm like, who the fuck wants to rob a Walgreens right now? Oh, it's coronavirus.
It's funny because I see people walking down the street with masks, and now the new rule is like, you see somebody walking, you got to stay 6 feet. So you're supposed to cross the street. Yeah. When you see somebody walking down,
so you walk into traffic now. And I'm going to walk.
Or you walk across the street, and it just makes me think like, oh, well, white people have been practicing for coronavirus for their entire life because when they see black people, they just cross the street. So now they got an excuse. Oh, honey, there's a Negro. Let's cross the street. Coronavirus. Let's cross the street. Coronavirus.
Social distancing.
Yeah. How you doing, Jamal?
So in other words, you're saying that now white people are using social distancing as a cover for their inherent racism.
Yeah, to cross the street. Honey, there's a black guy over there.
That's what you're saying.
Look, there's one of them. Let's cross the street. Oh, hello, Jamal. Social distancing. Hello, Arthur. How are you? You and Guinevere.
So wait, Jamal knows Arthur and Guinevere?
They don't know each other, but they call him Jamal because it's the blackest name they can think of.
But that actually wasn't his name in your scenario.
No, hell no. I'm just making shit up.
Wow.
No,
okay.
No, that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This the coronavirus is next level, dude.
Dude, it's concerning, man, and it gets in the way. It's in the way of a lot of life stuff.
I'm not a panicked guy.
I'm not panicked, but I am concerned.
I'm not in any way concerned about the coronavirus. I'm one of these people that are. I'm probably on the extreme end of not being concerned enough that, listen. I've had ladies yell at me in the street. Because I'm not walking around with a mask. I refuse to do it. I don't think that mask is going to save me. Well, that's just me personally.
I've had several friends, including a close family member, who contracted coronavirus and they're in recovery now.
I know people too, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it wasn't that bad. My one friend described it. She said it was pretty terrible.
Really?
She was 7 days in the hospital.
Well, I had the flu. It was pretty terrible too.
It was funny because my cousin in January had just flew back in from Dominican Republic, and he had this terrible flu. Like he said, he felt like he was dying and shaking.
Probably had it.
He think he had it. Yeah, like he was going to like my uncle's birthday party, so he was in the bed just shivering and shaking, and basically,
he had
probably corona filled, and nobody knew what it was.
I guarantee you, he had it.
Yep. Because they asked him. They asked him when he got back in the customs, like, "Did you guys come from China?" And he was like, "No." And he put like this band on his wrist, and it went on through. So
I don't want to talk about coronavirus. I'm fucking over that.
My corona, what you gonna? Oh, what you go?
All right. The second topic that I want to discuss today. All right. How do you like that for a transition? Just to shut you the fuck up.
I don't mind. I'm used to it.
This is something actually I thought of. Mm-hmm. All right. This was not a this actually that's not true. It spawned from the first episode. We briefly mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about MTV when we were young in the 90s. Okay, 90s, early 2000s, just to kind of age us a bit. MTV played a big role in at least my education towards the black culture, right? Okay. Because again, growing up,
Idaho
farm, all right,
Idaho,
not exposed to a whole lot of black people, not exposed to a whole lot of black culture, which is the majority of white people in America.
Mm-hmm.
MTV is all I had and I watched it a lot, right? So you just, whether I was learning it consciously or subconsciously, it was something that I'm retaining.
Right.
So in the 90s and the early 2000s, there was a phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Phenomenon. We're going with phenomenon.
It was, and now I look back on it, and it's a horrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just pieced it together as I was thinking about this. Right. Uh-huh. Like, this is all we knew.
Mm-hmm.
This is all me and my white friends knew from where I'm from.
Idaho.
And there was a culture of white kids who grew up after watching MTV,
right,
and other outlets. They 100% wanted to emulate black people.
Okay.
And I will say this is mostly males. I don't know. I mean, females had it too to a certain degree. Then I think actually it plays more. Females probably play more into it now than they did back then. But they completely emulated black culture, right?
Right.
Now in the 90s and 2000s, it was baggy clothes, FUBU, right?
FUBU. For us, by us, FUBU.
FUBU. Does that really stand for us, by us?
That's what it stands for. It was like a black clothing line.
I heard that, but then I heard that it wasn't really that. It was something else.
No, it's for us, by us. Unless I just don't know, but yeah.
But these kids, they were called wiggers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yep, I remember.
Now, when I'm middle school, beginning of high school. This was the big thing, right? I never got into it. It wasn't me personally.
You weren't a wigger?
I was not a wigger.
Oh.
First of all, my dad would have fucking punched me in the face if I came home dressed like that. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Okay.
They just wouldn't have been allowed in my house. But it was a lifestyle that kind of people bought into. And I had people that I went to school with that I would even consider friends of mine to a certain degree.
Right.
I didn't, they're not part of my crew now in my later years, but I hung out with them.
Right.
In high school, partied together, whatever. These were the wiggers. It was a whole crew of dudes.
Yep.
Right. I mean, even to the point where they had the black affect, the way they talked, they sounded like a black guy, and they did this. One day they didn't sound like that.
You mean like the slang?
Like slang, even the there's no other terminology that I know of.
Like the slang in a like a draw.
Like a draw. Okay. Yeah.
The black draw.
Like seriously, one day they had it.
Like the hood draw.
Yeah. One day these kids talked like I'm talking now, and then the next it was a totally different person.
Okay.
All right. So it was fascinating to me then, and it's fascinating to me now thinking back to it. I want to know what these people think. There's no way they dress like that now. It would be you would get your ass kicked walking out of the house as a 30-something-year-old man wearing FUBU and jeans, down around your knees. Like,
I mean, what do you? I mean, I don't know what you want me to say to that because.
Well, what I'm saying is, what was your thought when you were as a young black guy? What was your thought? Because as a young black, as a black guy, we thought it was ridiculous. Guys who were that did not buy into that thought it was a ridiculous way to be.
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm not now. Even back then, I'm not shocked. Like I'm not. It doesn't floor me. It's expected.
But to me, it almost seemed offensive to the black culture.
I mean, you know what? It probably is. Some people were probably offended by it, but look at it.
And this is something I actually would like to hear this from other people. So please write in. Go to the email podcast@askblackguy.com. Let me know what you think about this because this to me is wild. And when I was a kid, I thought it was actually offensive. Mm-hmm. Now I didn't think twice about using the word wigger because I did not. Even put two and two together and maybe it was just my naivety. Obviously,
it's white,
white
with the N word. Just remove the N and replace it with a W.
But listen, I never used the N word when I was a kid either, so it wasn't like that wasn't the forefront of my mind.
Right. Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not shocked. I'm not floored. I'm not like. I mean, it's to be expected. Yeah, and
this is real life.
And a lot of people aren't gonna like what I'm about to say. So
who in particular?
Probably white people. Okay. I don't care.
That's what
I like white people, but if you get
offended by
if you get your panties in a bunch with what we say on the show, then you probably shouldn't listen to the show. I mean, if you want to take it for the information, take it for the information. You don't have to like me. I don't care. I mean, I would like that you like me, but if you don't, it's not going to stop me from speaking what I think is true.
Spit it the fuck out.
So if you look at black people, and most black people notice there's the black man, the American black man is the most imitated and copied creature on this face of this earth. People don't like to hear that.
You're just going to let that hang.
It has to sink in. Think about it. Rap music. Black culture is super influential around the entire world. Anytime you have Chinese kids over in China dressing up with hip hop clothes on, running around singing DMX, Jay-Z, Biggie, like that's black culture. Dressing up like Allen Iverson, that's black culture. Like, so, black people came up with rap music. Then you get white people who copy the rap music, which is, nothing wrong with that. Experience the culture. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
If it's good, it's
good. But what's emulated about black people? People copy the way we walk. People copy the way we talk. People copy our slangs. Like, look at it. Like, since the beginning of time, like, everything has been copied from black people. Everybody wants to be black, but nobody wants to be black.
Everything's copied from black people. Yeah. That's an extreme
even to today, think about it. Who had fat asses all the time? Black women. How many white women had fat asses back in the day? Not that many. Right? Now women are going to get...
On purpose, you're saying?
Yeah, now white women are going to get ass injections to get a fatter ass. They're getting lip injections to get bigger lips. Who have big lips? Black people. Black people used to be made fun of because of their lips. Old baboon lip. Like,
that's a thing?
Yeah, that's just old baboon, old baboon lip motherfuckers. Yeah,
baboon lip.
Look at all the old cartoons when they used to draw all the old black people in the cartoons. The
old Disney cartoons?
Yeah, they used to have, they superimposed their lips and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
They used to get made fun of that. Now it's like, oh, it's cool. You see black women with braids and you see white women with braids now?
Remember Forrest Gump?
Yeah. And, Kim Kardashian got in trouble with. What she getting yelled at? Because it was like she was appropriating black culture because she had like the braids in.
Yeah.
You didn't really see white women wearing braids, big old braids. Where did they get? Like the French braids. Now they get like the individuals.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, I mean, am I shocked by it? No. Am I offended by it? No, I'm not. Are there other people out there?
Are you offended by the word wigger?
No, because it doesn't describe me at all. Like I'm not a wigger, so yeah.
But the weird part of it is we use that term to make fun of the kids I just described, right? These dudes that they're like, in high school there was crews.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They were the wigger crew, right? You had the potheads, you had the stoners, you got the jocks, and you had the wiggers.
Yeah, all I'm saying, if you say wiggers,
you said that out loud.
Yeah, because it was wiggers, but you better make sure somebody heard the W in front of it. you better make sure that you pronunciate that W.
What do you mean, like the one?
Wiggers? Because let somebody in the background here and just hear the wiggers without the what?
Well, you look over your shoulder, I guess, before you say it. Yeah, I didn't because I didn't think it was offensive. But again, I only had one black kid in my school.
Yeah, you beat him up. We remember.
Tyrone.
Yeah, I remember.
Tyrone.
I remember. So yeah, I mean, I would love to, know what you guys think about that. So if you guys
so you're saying that the word wigger, it doesn't offend you?
No.
Even that practice when you were a kid, what did you think about that?
I really didn't care.
You didn't care. Did you hang out with any? Did you hang out with any kids like that?
I didn't really. My high school was all black. When I played football, baseball, and wrestling, and we intermingled with a lot of races, like white people and Asian people. I mean, not Asian, white people and Spanish people mainly. And some of those guys became my friends, but I didn't really have that many white friends. So I went to college, and there were wiggers in college, and I was like, all right, well, it is what it is. They were cool. See, that's the thing about black people, man. We really don't care. We don't really give you a hard time as long as you're cool. Like, you could come into a black club and be white, and nobody will fuck with you. Nobody will fuck with you.
Dude, remember?
Walk your black ass
into a movie about this. What was it? Malibu's Most Wanted. Remember that?
Oh God, no, I've never seen that.
It was a wild movie. Where his entire existence was that, right? He was basically a wigger.
I remember it. I just never seen it. That's the kid from MTV.
Yeah, he was. It was Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, MTV culture.
Yeah, and but you're in agreement with that the MTV culture probably drove a good majority of how white people depict black culture, black people, and how they interact with the world.
No, how white people depict black culture, I think that's based mainly a lot on the news and the movies, because a lot of white people don't have black friends outside of work. So, like, black people have white friends outside of work. Right. Sometimes we have white people in our neighborhoods, but like I said before, this country is still very segregated. I mean, of course, segregation isn't legal, but it is segregated. You go in a white neighborhood, you see white people. Asian neighborhood, you see Asian people. Black neighborhood, you see black people.
But that's human nature. You hang around, just like I just said, crews, right? Even in high school. High school is a perfect example of that. It's you hang out with like-minded individuals, and that's just. I
wouldn't say that's human nature. No, I mean, like I said, this country is still very much segregated. And it goes by our neighborhoods, and it shows by our schools and stuff like that. Like, for instance, in Philadelphia, you live in a black neighborhood, you got to only go to your neighborhood school. I can't go across the city to a white neighborhood. That's how they set up. All black people, unless I move into that white neighborhood. And it's a majority of white people. Period. That's how it goes. So
fair enough. There it is. I think if we're sticking to our shorter format, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're at 32 minutes. I guess we'll close it at 35. All
right. Well, again, as always, let us know what you think. If you have any topics you want to hear, you can always email us, podcast@askablackguy.com. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
All right.